Welcome to Source BMX. I'm Van Homan here at our first ever candle lit bike check. I'm here with German assassin, call E-Claw rider, and Source's newest team member, Kilian Roth. Welcome to the team, Kilian.
Thank you, it's a pleasure to be here.
So before we dive into your bike, let's talk about newest team member of Source BMX. How does it feel to join such an elite squad on the Source team?
It's an honor, to be honest. I don't really see myself in such an amazing team. I don't really know if I fit in there, you know what I mean? So it's an honor.
All right, Kilian, let's start with your frame. You're riding the Colt Shorty IC frame. It's a more responsive setup. You've got a 75.5 degree head tube, 13-inch rear end. I know your tech game is on point, but being kind of a taller rider that also does some pretty burly things on the streets, I have to say I'm a little surprised at how compact and responsive your setup is. Break that down for us and why it works for you.
I mean, I'm not really a tall guy.
How tall are you?
Also 175 centimeters.
Okay.
And I feel like my legs are longer than my upper body, so it's like the shorten makes it better.
Okay. So what does this more compact, more responsive frame, you're only riding a 20.75 top tube, what type of riding and types of tricks does this help you accomplish?
I mean, for spins it's way better, and yeah, just spins and...
That's it, just spins. That's it, it just helps with spins.
Spins, manis, yeah.
Okay. Is that all we're doing on this thing, is spins?
Nah, to be honest, I don't really spin that much.
So what's the point of the compact, responsive frame? Help us out here,
I don't know,
Kilian.
it just works and feels good.
It just works and feels good.
Yeah.
All right, Kilian, you're riding the E-Claw Storm Fork. I know a lot of research and testing went into this fork to make it one of the strongest on the market. It also has a very clean, simple look, and you've chosen a 15mm offset, which again is a very steep and responsive offset. What do we need to know about this fork, and why do you choose that offset?
I remember when I put it on first time, like a few years ago, and then I remember doing like a PEX hard 180, and it felt like so easy. So after that, just always go for the 15mm reach.
Yeah.
Just makes it more easy.
All right, Kilian, let's talk about your E-Claw steering setup here. You've got the domain stem with a 48mm reach, a little bit on the shorter side, and then you've got the E-Claw controller bars with a 9.5-inch rise. How does this steering setup make your bike feel comfortable for you?
I always had a higher bars thing combination with the the stem and the headset, and I feel like when you go down steep rails and it's like taller at the front, makes it less steep.
Okay.
Kind of. I don't know if it makes sense, but it makes sense for me, and then always kept it like that, and it feels good.
And what about the 48mm reach stem? That's a little bit on the shorter side.
Don't know about the 48mm. Just feels good, and then
You just like it.
Yeah.
All right, it's your feel. Now, another feature to point out about this bar stem combo is that you have the 1-inch oversized clamping.
Yeah, that just makes sense to me. We have like more clamping surface, so when you go like down big drops, the bars won't move that quick. So.
And you find it effective? Do you find your bars move less now that you have this 1-inch clamping?
Yeah, but that's never happened to me again.
The bars don't move?
No.
Ever?
Never happened since like I ride the setup.
Unbelievable, you heard it here. You're running the E-Claw Spire cranks. This is a 2-piece design. They have a 22mm spindle. These are two features that I personally really love. I love the clean look of a 2-piece crank, and I love the strength of a 22mm spindle. Break these down for us and why you trust them.
Super strong, 160mm, exactly for helps, like even with like a short back end, that your feet doesn't touch the pegs while pedaling. So yeah, that's why I choose the 160mm. And yeah, two-piece crank is just easy to
All right, Kilian, let's talk about the E-Claw Alex Kennedy guard sprocket. It's got a nylon, replaceable, removable sprocket guard on here. Why do you choose to run a guard? Why do you choose to run a nylon guard over maybe a one-piece aluminum setup?
I mean, I like the nylon because we have nylon pegs nowadays, and then same issues, like touching the curb or rail or whatever.
Yeah, it gives you the same feel.
Same feeling, exactly. And it's good to have a guard on the sprocket. Yeah.
Do you beat up your chain a lot?
Yeah, sometimes if you do weird crank arm grinds or grinds to crank arm grinds, sometimes happens you touch the sprocket, so it helps to have a guard on there.
So for you, is it more about protecting your chain, or is it about how it feels when you do certain grinds?
It's more both, like protecting the sprocket, protecting the chain.
All right, while we're talking about the nylon components, let's talk about your E-Claw Seeker pedals. I know these things were designed to have a larger body and a slimmer platform. They've also created a bearing bushing system on the inside. That way the spindle can be larger, which is going to make the pedals even stronger.
That's right, and I really like the surface. Like it has like a grippy surface all over the place, and gives you a better feeling for grip on your pedals.
So it has that micro knurling on there.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I like about it. And the platform is not too big, but it's good enough space.
Not too big, not too small, just right.
Yeah.
All right, Kilian, you've got a bit of a unique seat design on this ride. You've got the E-Claw Complex Combo seat. This is an integrated system, so no bolts or connections between the post and the seat. Very clean design. What's up with it?
Yeah, it's just super simple. You don't need an extra seat post for it, and you don't have to worry about your seat gets loose and you have to tighten it up. So it's simple setup.
Yeah. Also lighter, right?
Lighter as well.
Yeah. You are running the E-Claw Shift Free Coaster hub. What should we know about the design elements of this hub, and why do you choose a free coaster over a cassette hub?
I choose a free coaster over a cassette hub because I do a lot of fakey stuff, and of course it makes it easier. That's for sure. Now the Shift one has a new internal system. It's like called hybrid system, I think, and it's like more like a cassette hub. After the slack, it's like the instant momentum goes through.
So basically, like, you have the right amount of slack, but you're not going to have any skipping or like misses when it's actually time to engage that pedal pressure.
Yeah, because it works like a cassette hub pretty much.
Okay. All right. So the best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds, yeah.
You're running the E-Claw crown rims. These were designed with a taller profile. They're basically designed to be put through hell, and no one better than you to confirm that.
To be honest, these are the best rims I've ever had, and people who know me know that I run super low tire pressure. Back in the days I had the problems with having big drops and then come out a bit sketchy or sideways, and then the tire would slip off the rim, and they have like bigger sidewalls, I would say.
Okay.
And then I don't have the problem anymore of like the tire getting off the rim.
Okay. That's amazing, especially with a lot of street riders running lower tire pressure today. You can trust that your tire is going to stay on the rim and the rim's going to hold up.
Yeah, exactly.
And what about the tires themselves? You're running the Vans Colt collaboration tires. They've got that classic waffle pattern on them. You mentioned that the rubber is just perfect for wrapping and sticking on the handrails.
Yeah, it's the best tires in the world. They're super soft and grippy. It helps for rail rides or whatever. Yeah.
And yeah, being one of the masters of rail rides and rail manuals, what size tires and what tire pressure do you run?
These are the 2.4 tires, and I ride around 2 bar.
29 PSI?
But to be honest,
We've got a translator.
But to be honest, I don't really know, because I have like a little pump without any scale.
Okay.
So it's just when it feels right.
So you just go with the finger flick?
Yeah. Nah, with the just like touching.
Okay, that's all it takes, and you know. But basically, in all seriousness, like that lower tire pressure and the perfect grip and compound of this tire like really helps you to lock into those rail rides and rail manuals.
I think so, yeah. It helps. For me, it helps.
I mean, I'm convinced. I've seen it, so I'm convinced it works. Let's talk about the E-Claw Pulsar grips. They've got kind of a classic rib pattern, feel really soft to me. What other special features should we know about these grips?
Yeah, they're super soft. They don't have to, like, you put them on and they're perfect already. Because I remember like some grips, you have like, you need like a week of a session to get them like right, but they are, you put them on and then perfect already.
No breaking them in, straight out of the box, ready to ride.
Exactly, yeah.
So obviously, Kilian, let's get to one of the final details of your bike, and that is the pegs. What type of peg setup are you running, and how important is that transition from your pegs into your hub guards?
Yeah, right, the E-Claw Venom pegs.
Okay.
The 122 millimeters.
Yeah, I think they're like a 4.8.
4.8 exactly. Yeah. So like the longer version, plastic, yeah, or nylon pegs.
And what do you got? Do you got a chromo core, an aluminum core?
Chromo.
Okay.
Core, yeah.
And why do you prefer the stronger chromo core over the aluminum?
If you can trust them, because sometimes I feel like if it's like too thin, aluminium soft, I don't know, trust the steel ones.
All right, Kilian, thank you for sharing your Colt IC build with us today. I really appreciate this candle-lit bike check experience. Everybody out there, make sure to go on the Source Bike Builder. There you can see everything Kilian is riding. You can get pricing, specs, and availability on all of it. SourceBMX.com.